So the next type of graph we're going to be looking at are called a box and whisker plot. Now, a box and whisker plot are, it's actually a really fun data visualization, and it gives us information similar to a line plot in that it shows us sort of the shape and spread of our data, but it gives us more values or more information on what we call these interquartile ranges. So let's say we were to have a data set again on heart rates. But let's say the heart rates we have are 56 beats per minute, 60, 60, 64, 64, 68, 68, 68, and then 72. So let's say that were our data set. So we could say that our minimum is the 56 because we already have it in order. Our maximum is 72. And then our median value, so that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. So there we go. So this is going to be our median value. So we've already seen these, but there's one more that we can look at, and that is going to be these interquartiles. And I like to think of interquartiles are the median of the median. So this is then the median of the entire data set, and I need to then find the halfway point between the lower end, the minimum, and that median. So what is then that set? So then I would see that that would be halfway between that and that is going to be, that's 60. So that's going to be my lower quartile or my lower median. And then I can look for the median or halfway between the median and my maximum, my upper data set. So then that would be that, and then that one, and then that one. So then this one then would be the upper quartile. And you could think of it quartile like you're dividing it into quarters. So I would have a lower quarter, and then two medium quarters, and then an upper quarter or quartile. And then based on 1, 2, 3, 4, these 5 important numbers, I can calculate a 5-number summary. Okay, so that looks like this. I want to know what is the minimum? So my minimum is 56. And then what is my lower quartile? And I can call that Q1 or quartile 1, lower quartile or quartile 1. And that value I can see is 60. And then I have my median, which is 64. And then I have my upper quartile, or Q3, because the median, of course, is the quartile 2, right? So upper quartile, or Q3, that was a 68, which I found that here. And then the last one, or my maximum, my highest value is 72. Okay, so now that I've calculated my 5-number summary, I am going to take that and plot it on an x-axis. So for a box and whisker plot, you actually don't have a corresponding y-axis, but sometimes you will actually see this same exact thing, but it's vertical. They call that a candlestick plot, but it's like totally the same thing. And then you just plot those values like so. So I'm gonna take my minimum value. Oh no, first I'm going to label. So I can see I kind of am ranging from 56 to 72. So I'm gonna go down, let's say a little bit lower. Let's go down to 52. So here, let me bring it up for you. 52, and I'm just gonna do increments of 4 because that makes sense for my data set. 52, 56, you may need to have your increments be slightly different. They might be increments of 1 or 5 or 3, depending on what your numbers are and how big you want your axis to be. You just need to make sure your intervals are consistent. 60, 64, 68, 72, and 76. Okay, so now I'm going to plot my minimum. So my minimum value is 56, so I'm going to put it here, just a little dash like that, 56. And then my maximum value is 72, so I'm going to plot that one. I'm going to put a little dash here. There we go. And then I'm going to plot my median. My median is 64, so I'm going to put that one here. And that one I'm going to make a big fat line. And then my lower quartile, or my Q1, that's at 60. So I'm also going to make a big line here, like that. And then my upper quartile, or my Q3, is at 68. So I'm going to put that one here. There we go. And now I'm going to start putting in what is then actually the box and whisker, like where it gets its name. So basically what I'm saying is that the majority of my values fall within this box. So we have my quartile 1 marker, the median marker, or quartile 2, and then quartile 3. So most of my data can be found within here. And then I know that there are fewer numbers that then fall outside to these maximum and minimum ranges. So here we have where the whiskers come into play. So most of the values will fall between quartile 1 and quartile 3. This lower quartile between quartile the 0 and 1, and then between 3 and 4, that would be the fewest values. And so that's why it's represented by a thinner whisker. So if I were to turn it this way, you can see why they might call it a candlestick plot if it were to be represented vertically, but this is how you're most likely going to see it. And we use these types of plots and all sorts of things. In education, actually, use it quite a lot, but it's just another great way to visualize your data like a line plot, but it shows you a better, more detail with this lower and upper quartiles. That's it.